And our next speaker, very delectable. I'm itching to hear from her, and I hope you are, because she's going to be talking to us about shaping a new generation of political leadership. She's talking about youth at the forefront. Youth at the forefront. Do you want to help us read her profile? Fantastic.
Khadijah Okunnu-Lamidi is a media entrepreneur, social impact practitioner, and a visionary leader who has made exceptional contributions to the nation. Khadijah is a member of the Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria, AFCON, and has been mentioned as one of the top 50 women in marketing and communication in Nigeria. Khadijah's commitment to social impact led to our creation of two impactful initiatives: water relief and help our youth. A passion for good governance and youth inclusiveness in leadership motivated her into vying for the presidency. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Now hold up a second. Just before we call up, the amazing Khadijah, I have just received word that one of our speakers here, of course, our last speaker, Mr. Sam, has just gifted the spoken word artist 50,000 naira. Please put your hands together for that. All right, now we can. Fantastic.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives us a great delight and honor to bring up an amazing woman, a speaker, a political icon. Please put your hands together for Mrs. Khadijah Okunnu-Lamidi. Please a round of applause for her till she gets to the stage. Thank you so much.
Hi. Hello. Whew. Hello. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I would like to stand on existing, already established protocol. Now, before I go into any conversation, I'd like to honor something that I've benefited from, a philosophy that has permeated my life. I never had the opportunity of meeting the man himself, but I think I have met him through Ambassador Dr. Ubong King, his wife, his remarkable wife. I believe that everyone who has been impacted by this man owes him a commitment, and I'm seeing that this is living true. But I want to honor the woman herself, and I would like to give her a round of applause for carrying such a delectable message, not dropping the ball, and for ensuring that everyone, the generations that hadn't heard about her husband, get to know him and get to see the impact that he has made firsthand. So once again, please, a round of applause for Dr. Ubong King. So, my name is Khadijah Okunnu-Lamidi. Many of you might have come across me in different ways. Some as the presidential aspirant, some as the knucklehead woman who decided to run for president, some as the inspirational woman who decided to run for president. Whichever way you encountered me, whichever way you met me in the comfort of your own home, I would like to start with a little, let's think through this philosophy, whereby if I don't brush my teeth, I want to use that today because I smile a lot. If I don't brush my teeth today, I don't think anybody would really notice. If I don't brush my teeth in a week, maybe the people around me might notice, but I don't think anybody would also pretty much notice. However, if I don't brush my teeth for 5 years, I'll be sitting on a dentist chair trying to save my teeth. And at that point in time, I'll be asking, where did this happen? When did it happen? It happened today. It happened tomorrow. It happened all the days I chose not to brush my teeth. Those are the days that it happened. So it's important for us to know what our daily routines and how they affect our vision and our destinies in life. So I'd like to give you 3 takeaways. Everybody does 3. And you had a brilliant session. And the spoken word artist, I got my eye on you. Okay, so the 3 takeaways. First thing that we need to know, unlike generations before us, we have to plan for not just now, but for the future. Generations before us, you might say, they had the latitude to just plan for themselves and their families, and that's it. But we have to now plan the future generations, which is you guys and your children and your grandchildren. Number 2, there's power in decisions and decision making. And number 3, we are here to commit to growing the next generation of leaders. Those are the 3 things we're here to do today. Now, my topic is youth at the forefront. You might say, I guess I'm still a youth. I turned 40 last year, so when I did go into the run, I was 38. So that was still a youth then. I think I'm still youthful, if you want to agree with that. So those are the 3 things we're here to do today. Now, youth, you guys are all, I think you're still in the cocoon of youth. You know, you're still everything happens spontaneously. You still do things in a very spontaneous manner. However, we need to start realizing that every decision being made in the country is shaped by politics. Politics is not something that I honestly, to be honest, that I wanted to go into. I enjoyed my private life. I'm a very private person. I really do not, this is not my forte. I don't like to stand, but I've had to push my boundaries. I've had to go into spaces that I was uncomfortable in. And you should never be scared to go into uncomfortable spaces. Nobody that is doing this thing is doing it because they have just this gift that God has blessed them with. That no, they have to work on it. They have to do it afraid. They have to do it regardless because of the benefit that they think they're bringing to people around them and to the world at large. So don't ever think, oh, it's not for me, I'm just going to hide in my corner. No, somebody needs you. Somebody needs to hear you. Somebody needs to see you. Somebody needs to hear your voice. And your voice doesn't have to be on the microphone. It's in the things you do, these collaborations you make, the mentorship, the people you mentor. You're not too young to mentor. You're not too young to run either. So these are the things that you have to put service in front of you, in front of your selfish interest, not even selfish interest. Selfish interest is not such a bad thing. Selfish interest is thinking about what benefits you, what benefits your own, will I call it your own everyday life. But service is something more, is a bit bigger, which is what Ubong King has done. I first heard about him, I first encountered him when I was leaving. I used to work with Lagos State government. I was working with LASA, and I was a young mother. It was a job that I thought, was comfortable. It was, you wait in line and you climb the ladder and you wait your turn, and it's a comfortable life, let's put it that way. It's secure, maybe not comfortable, but secure. And then I encountered this man with such passion. And at that point in time, I was also thinking, I was uncomfortable in my space. When you start outgrowing your shell, I was a bit uncomfortable in that space. And I think one of the messages that resonated the most was that your day doesn't start at 7 a.m. Your day starts the night before. And I have to tell you, if anybody has not watched that message from him, I think you should. It shows that planning is what determines the success of your life. It's just planning. It doesn't require all the resources in the world. It doesn't require any of these things. It just requires that you make a plan and you go according to script. You can go either way. There's no way that everything goes according to script. But that the fact that you made a plan, there's always a blueprint to go back to and to redraw. Redraw your steps. So I encountered him and I thought to myself, you know what, this life, yes, public service, I don't think generally that civil service is really public service. I think civil service is just a job. It's a regular job you do. They tell you what to do, and you're not really serving the public. So I thought to myself, I grew up in a household that my father was a public servant. I think he is still a public servant. My father is 95 years old. And during his time when he was a public servant, there was a lot of development in Nigeria. And so I grew up under a very Nigeria-focused family. So during his time, if I may, he did a lot of, I believe he made a lot of strides. The Third Mainland Bridge was constructed during his, was started during his time. It was their brainchild. The National Theatre, all the roads are going across Nigeria. So there's no tribe, there's no tongue that he doesn't have first-hand knowledge of, or first-hand collaborations or partnerships there. All the roads across Nigeria, the National Stadium, they did the First Act 77. So these developments that happened in his time were supposed to be built upon. However, I believe that there was a break in transition when it came to transitions and planning far ahead of your generation. Whatever you do now, regardless of what you do, if you do not plan for a succession, if there's no succession plan, there will always be somehow that it will be truncated. So he tends to be very upset with the way the country is going, because he expected that by now we will have built on a lot of these things that have happened. We've had no other bridge built. We've had no other, I mean, there are a lot of things that have happened, but I don't think at the rate at which we're going, we should have continued on that. Notwithstanding, we're growing, and we're growing as a people. And I think what we need to do first is to grow as a people, and then the nation grows. Just like with every company, with every organization, when you grow the people, the company or the organization grows. So we are here now because we're missionaries to grow people. When you go out, when you're interacting with people, your job is to grow people, is to grow their mindsets, is to grow their passions, is to deliver on their destinies. You are not here to hinder anybody's destiny, and you're not here to hinder anybody's progress. So that is that's your unique, that's my unique proposition to you now. Everybody here, as you see every human being around you that is African, and that is Nigerian, most importantly, they are your brother, they are your sister, they are your friend, they're your auntie, they're your uncle, and women work together, men work together, women work with men work with women, children work with adults, elderlies are not forgotten. Everything has to rhyme for us to actually move forward as a nation. So, I hope I didn't lose my train of thought somewhere. So when it comes to coming out and deciding, okay, what was I going to do with myself? I said, I went to everybody and said, I'm thinking about leaving this job. And everybody does the thing that they do. They scare you. And they scare you not because they don't love you, but they scare you because that's the limits to which they can think, and they can advise you, because nobody wants to carry anybody's responsibility to some degree. So you have to. Anyway, so I went around talking to people, asking, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to do something different. And everybody's like, this is safety, just stay. And then I did that for a while. And then one day, I just, after, listening to messaging after messaging, and that's why mentorship is also important, because Ubong King served as a mentor that did not realize he was mentoring me. And there are many of them as well. So I woke up one day and I put in my resignation. And I put it in, and they were reluctant to let me go, but I was adamant about it. They put it in, and about 3 months later, in conversation, I was talking to my dad. I said, and by the way, I put in my resignation. And in true Femi Okunnu spirit, he doesn't flinch. He just looked and said, okay. So that taught me right there when he did that he wasn't going to give me validation. He wasn't going to give me you don't wait to be given validation to do what you want to do. When you're ready to do it, nobody has to tell you to do it. You must come to terms with your soul, your mind, your spirit, must agree with it, and your body must agree with it, that this is what I want to do. And once those three things agree, there's nobody that can stop you. But when you have a decision or you have a plan and your mind is telling you, oh, this is not going to work, and your spirit is saying, hey, don't go there, and your body is saying, oh, I'm going to stay here, it's not going to work. It's not magic, it's not nothing. It's just not going to work, because your destiny goes in alignment with every single thing that comes with you as a human being. So you are going to have to ensure that whatever it is that you're doing, however it is, wherever you're going, every single part of you must align. That's just the basic thing about it. So I decided, I put it in. I started my, like I was talking to a mentor of mine today, and I was saying, man, I've done so many tiny businesses, did this, did that, but I just knew that I had to keep going. There was no going back, and I was going for the success, and I wasn't going to look back. So it was very, very crucial that I kept going, regardless of how meager the job was. You shouldn't be ashamed of anything. Nobody is really looking at you. If you have to do something, just do it. It doesn't matter. Don't say, oh, I shouldn't be seen here. Who says? Who are they paying your bills? Are they planning your life for you? So you just go ahead and do the thing that you know that is important to you. And then, because I had also a political side to me, as I said, in my family, I thought to myself, as the president now, the current president, is a mentor. He actually mentored me for over 15, 20 years. And all the while through the mentorship, it was more of your service to the nation. Your nation needs you. You're a young leader. This is how the nation should go. This is what power should be. This is how it should look. So at some point, you realize that, oh, I'm serving the country. I'm actually, anything that comes about, you believe this is service. And service, whether you are tired, you are not, service is not for money. You have to ensure that if they say, oh, this needs to be done, just like the team here that are serving under the foundation, the Ubong King Foundation, they're serving. That's service. So you always show up when it's time to serve. You don't only show up when they are sharing the spoils of things. So it was important that, oh, okay, you're going through this service period, and you don't be afraid of the learning curve. You're going through this service, fine. And now that you want to say, okay, the government, the government goes into power, I believe that there is a gap. This is where I felt like I needed to step in. I believe there is a gap. The government of the day was in opposition for a long time. They were very extremely involved in arousing interest and arousing the mindset of, okay, this is, if the government is doing wrong, we're going to hold them accountable. Now that they're in government, who's going to hold them accountable? Now, service has there's loyalty, but service to the people is the ultimate loyalty. So who is going to put people and ensure that the youth understand what is in their interest and what isn't? And one of the main things that is in their interest or not is your ability to think about what you want the country's vision to go about, how you want it to go. What is it exactly? Are we just following the script, or do we have a plan? I keep going back to a plan. Do we have a plan for ourselves as a country? Do we have a plan for ourselves as youth? Because in the next 20 years, you can't blame anybody. You can't say, oh, my parents didn't allow me. The leaders. You have absolutely nobody to blame but ourselves. So instead of complaining and saying, oh, now they're in power, they're not doing this. Okay, now you're in power. We respect you, we understand you, but this is still our stance. This is still what we need. This is still necessary. And it is important to speak truth to power. No matter how scary it is, I've been through all kinds of, I'm still standing though, so we thank God. So no matter what it is, you have to speak truth. And speaking truth to power is not just the government. It comes down to even you. Speak truth to yourself, to your friend, to your colleagues, to your parents, to your, it goes on and on. Once you are able to speak truth, then you start carrying the truth on your own. It's never, don't get it twisted. It's not one size fits all. But in your own little corner, if you are building the, an air of truth and truth seeking, I believe that the country will go way, 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 way beyond even our imaginations, our dreams. So this pretty much was the reason why I went into politics. And my topic today is talking about youth, increasingly youth at the forefront. Now, if I believe all these things to be true, if I want to embody them, I felt like there's something I had to do. And to get our attention, it wasn't for a popularity contest or anything. It was a dedication and a commitment. I was at 38. I was at the prime of my youth. I mean, there was anything else I could do. I decided to use that to rally the troops, if you want to put it that way. And I'm still rallying the troops, I believe. And I believe that it was an important task to be had, and those conversations sparked interest. And congratulations to all of you. The last election had the highest youth participation since Nigeria started. Yes, darling. How many minutes? Okay. All right, darling. Okay, so we've had the highest population of youth participation. Please give yourselves a round of applause. So you have to understand that as youth, you are becoming increasingly influential. Starting from the Arab Spring, we had the NSAS, which I believe everyone here was involved in, and coming from the civil rights in the United States, these are movements that have made impacts and are still making impact till date. So I'll give you some stats here. In 2019, the consolidated number of registered voters between the ages of 18 to 35, we have 51%. Between the ages of 36 to 50, we have 29.9%. Between the ages of 51 to 70, we have 15%, and 70 plus, we have 3.69%. But guess what? The age bracket between 70, I'll say 51 to 70, which is 18%, are the ones in control of 80-90% of our political power. So it's very, very, we can't complain really. If you vote people into power and you say, oh, you have to defend your vote, number one, and you have to demand what you want. What do we need right now in Nigeria? We need more maternity clinics. We need more schools. We need less hotels. We need more, libraries. We need more youth centers. We need more, we need to focus more on our culture and our tradition. We can't throw that away. There's so many other things. We need to talk about water poverty. We have a foundation that deals with water. We distribute water across the country. We need to deal with water poverty, because water poverty, there's such a trickle-down effect. Girls don't go to school. Then it's just trickle down. Then we need to increase our oil outputs. Public debts, we need to put our eyes on it. What are they using our public debts for? What is it that is being spent? We need to talk about unemployment. Unemployment, upskilling, these are areas that we need to concentrate on. So you need to go and educate yourself on these things. It's not just the theoretical parts. What in your community, look around your community, how many schools do you see? Who is the chairman of your local government? What is he doing, really? You need to come together, and these are conversations to be had, not about there's so many other things that we saw. TikTok. Use these conversations, drive them on TikTok, let them have viewership. It should not only be the things that are entertainment to you. This is your entertainment right now, because this is what is going to entertain you when you are 50, 60. This is what is going to keep you. The entertainment that you're enjoying now is not going to do anything for you at 50 and 60. It's going to do nothing, totally nothing for you. It's just it's an emotion. Emotions are fleeting. You enjoy it now, it's gone tomorrow. But what are the things that are going to, you need to send your children to school? Is it then that you're going to start telling them, oh, my parents did not do it. They did not. No, darlings. You didn't do it. We need to talk about tech advancements. I'm sure most of you, apart from TikTok, can you work on Canva? Have you started learning about AI? Out of school children, we need to start thinking about that as well. How many out of school children do we have? And what are we doing about them? Is anybody going to adopt a child? When you say adopt, you don't have to bring them into your house. You can sponsor a child if you do have the money. How much is it to sponsor a child through primary school? Maybe per year, maybe 40,000, 50,000. Some people use that to splurge. So these are things that we can do. It takes one to teach one. Well, this is my submission, and I hope I haven't caused too much trouble. So Thinkation 2025.
The real deal. Thank you so much. Please, we need you on stage. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Khadijah. Khadijah Okunnu-Lamidi.
Okunnu-Lamidi.
Yes, please. Yes, so we heard
Thank you
about
so
planning.
much, ma'am.
You're not too young. We heard about planning, power of decision making. Your spirit, soul, and body must agree in order for a decision to be made.
You know, she was talking about something. She said, when you build, ensure that you have a succession plan. It is very, very profound. Ensure so that they will not come and truncate everything that you have talked about. And she was talking about TikTok. Talk about it on TikTok, not Shaolin Temple. Please. All right, ma'am.
All right.
Don't worry, you cannot understand. They understand me. They know what I'm talking about. All right, ma'am. We'd like to invite once again.
Hold on. Just before that, we still have our first speaker here and yourself. So we'll just, if you don't mind being on stage just for a little bit, do you have any questions? Just one question for her and one question for the speaker before her. Any questions? Quick one. Going. Fantastic. Fabulous. Please put your hands together for him. Why do I hear myself? I'm echoing. Do you want to give him a mic? Can someone hand him a mic? Can someone hand him a microphone, please? So tell us your name and who the question is directed to. One more person. That would be that one. Fabulous. Okay.
All right. Good morning. Good afternoon, ma. I'm Kehinde by name. Actually, my question is concerning the politics stuff. You talked about preparing a successor. For example, now if you look at this country, I think Muhammad Gaddafi or something like that, you know, after the man was the leader of the country, he wanted to hand over to the son to make it something like a monarch system of a thing. But then it couldn't work. So you talk, because I know that when you read about this man's book, Green Tracy, he said a success without a successor is a success failure. Now, when it comes to issue of politics, I'm not talking about entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you can say, this is person I want to hand over to, and nothing will happen. But when it comes to politics, how do you effect it? Because you're saying that, okay, this person I want to hand over, you know, like the previous governor within this state, Amoso or something like that, he wanted to give it over. How? My question is, how can you actualize it? As in, okay, this is the person I want as my successor in the area of politics. That's just my question.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for the question. The issue of succession is determined by the people. That's the long and short of it. It's determined by the people. Is determined by the people. So the youth, like I said, between the ages of 17 and 65, you are 80% of the population. So if 80% of the population cannot decide who they pick for the remaining 20%, and you are complaining about the 20%, then you have made your decision. You have to make a conscious decision. And you know, towards election, so many groups are formed. That's when you see different groups, and we sabotage. You know, you end up you have to speak with one voice, but you have to be sure of the leaders that you want to put forward. You cannot leave it up to the politicians. Politicians will be politicians, but you are the ones that need the services, and that you have the rights for the services. So as you're speaking now, you should, when a young guy like yourself comes out and says, I'm Muferon from governor, or you won't say, Hiloni, you have to think further than that.
Thank you very much. There was another person. So yeah, it's determined by the people, not by an installation plan, right?
There's another person here.
Right over there. Yes, that was you. Do you have a microphone? Please just get up on your feet so they can see you. Thank you. Why just men, yeah? Women, girls, ladies, what's going on? So whose question is that?
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am, for the well-rounded speech and engagement. So my question goes
Your name?
Okay. I'm sure you are into a lot of.
Your
okay,
name?
My name. My name
Oruko.
is. My name is Utman. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So that's my name. So everybody knows you ventured into politics at a point in time. Of course, that's very significant in your bio. So I'm sure you are into many ventures before you did that. I mean, you run a number of businesses and ventures before you opt into politics. So now the question is this. So as a youth who is just, starting out his life and with no inheritance of old money or whatnot, so how can one, engage in political participation without necessarily, jettisoning his career or business? Because most of the times it's usually like a trade-off. It's either you do politics or you face your business.
Okay, so how can youth go into politics at an early age? That's your question, right?
Yeah,
fantastic.
Without
Without
compromising his career.
compromising your values and standards, is that it? Yes. Career. Okay, fabulous. Please, one more person with a question for Mr. Sam. You've got one. Fantastic. All right.
Sorry, he was off before you.
All right, Usman, yeah. Thank you for the question. Well, I know the old money that you speak about that I have is knowledge and wisdom. Trust me, that's what it is. What happens is that, first of all, you have to understand that politics can be expensive. However, if you use the right methods, you can find your way through collaboration, you look for mentorship. It's all about how emotionally intelligent you are to navigate your space. That's number one. Number two, when I ran, many people think, oh yeah, I did spend some small money. My form that I picked up, they gave me for free. And they give all the youth there are parties that give youth forms for free. I collected mine for free. I didn't pay 50 million. I collected it for free. They gave it to me as a woman. So there's the quota for women, there's a quota for youth. If you look at different parties, there are so many, there's 12 parties or 16 parties, but we only look at 2 or 3 now. So there are parties that give you these opportunities. So you have to navigate, you have to educate yourself about the political space. And you don't have to choose one. I still run my business because my business is what feeds me. It's not politics that feeds me. And the true way it should be is that your business should feed you, not politics. Politics is to serve.
Fabulous. The question? Thank you so much. But we'll still need you so we can give you an award.
Good day, everyone.
Where are you? Are you on your feet?
Yeah. So my name is Abdurrahman. So my question is directed to Mr. Sampson. So he said something about him in his 100 level in university. He has like 2.4 CGPA, and
no gaslighting. Thank you.
Yes. So, I'm kind of in such a situation now because I'm feeling like my grades after this level. So I think what I want to ask him is this: after like maybe 200 to 300, how was he able to like find his final grade, how was he able to get it and maybe make it higher than what?
What level are
was
you
at
now
first?
in? Just for
100
background
level,
context.
100 level.
Okay, beautiful. You see, they are clapping for you. Beautiful. You still have the opportunity. Thank you very much. So for me, that 100 level was a clarion call. It was a wake-up call. And thank God I still had about 4 years ahead because of the 5-year course I did. Eventually, I finished with a 2-1, but I would have loved to say strong 2-1. This one was let my people go 2-1, 3.56. So, but from that moment, it was a rude shock for me, coming in as a superstar that I thought I was, so I wasn't very serious. But when I saw that, knowing who I was, I went back and I felt so bad, and I told myself, first thing I needed to do was to understand how to calculate my GP. A lot of people don't know how to calculate it because we use cumulative grade point average, right? So I first got someone that was ahead of me. I sat down. He taught me how to calculate. So I sat down. So I calculated that for me to end up with a 2-1, I knew the minimum GPM, CGP or GPI must have per semester going forward. And I understood the concept of weighted average. The courses I need to score an A in, for example, 5-unit courses, I knew that they were non-negotiable. So understanding how to calculate my CGPA taught me how to distribute my energy. I knew where to put more of my resources and all that. So that made a difference for me. So from that day, from that moment from 200 level, I became more serious because I knew that was not me, but I was distracted and all of that. So which really helped me. So eventually, I still came out. From there, I never had a 2-point again. I was having 4.3 points. But because of the mistake I made eventually, I still came out with a 3-point. Yes, so it's good. When you go back now, go and learn how to calculate your CGPA. From now, you can calculate, looking at your course work, whatever it is. Then get someone, an academic mentor, someone that's going to help you train level for that is doing well. Let them cancel you. But don't lose hope. You still have your better days ahead of you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very
so
much,
much,
ma'am.
sir. Oh, that is. Okay. So right now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are past time, but because this is from the secondary school, I think I would love to take it. Just one for them. Please, where's the mic? Please help me. It's because of their demography. That's why.
Okay, no, we just have one more question from a secondary school.
Yeah.
There's secondary schools, I think,
Yes,
represented.
yes, it is.
So just one.
Good afternoon, House.
And that's the male again. Ladies, what's going on?
Good afternoon, House.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Udoku Onoche, and I'm a student of Sacred Heart Cali College. So my question goes thus. It's specifically for you, Sir Samson. And first, before I ask
Is
the
this
question...
person in secondary school?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah.
Well, before I ask my question, and for me and my friends here, we really enjoyed your speech, sir. May God bless you.
Amen.
And sir, my question goes thus. You spoke about 4 Ps. That is finding your potentials, your passion, your personality, and purpose. So now, for a student that has, let's say, found his potential and is being downplayed by his fellow students, and as a student, for sure, when you're being downplayed by a group of people, we must all admit as students here that, of course, it would affect your self-esteem. So how do you come out of that? How do you shoulder up and do not let such thing that a good number of people have to say about you affect your self-esteem? Thank you, sir.
You can't use your voice. Just use your voice.
I think that is his voice. You are in 400 level. You are lying to us.
Beautiful. And I must say you speak so well. That's a very good baritone voice. Can you please come for yourself? That's lovely. And I'd like you to please pick it up. Use that voice to your advantage. So like she said, your voice enough to intimidate them. But overall, you can't change how people feel about you. But you can decide where you put your attention in. Someone always say that don't go to where you are tolerated, go to where you are celebrated. In that your pool of your classmate, there will be some people that love you. So leave those with negative energy, fraternize with people with the right energy, let them fuel, your esteem. And also believe in yourself. The more you develop yourself, the more you also get better. Practice gives perfection, and practice also gives confidence. The more you practice and you get better, the more confident you are about yourself, and you share friendship with people that love you. Over time, what they are trying to do is to bully you. The critics are trying to just, but they can't do what you are beginning to do already. But if you are consistent with yourself and you keep growing, After a while, your critics will become your cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? So just keep growing.
Thank you very much, sir. That
Thank you
would
so
be
much, sir.
all the Q&A we have for this session, so that we can move
Sorry,
things
we
along
have
quickly.
a female student from Victoriotti Private School with
Who's
a question.
speaking?
On your left-hand side.
Who has the microphone? Who gave you microphone? The last time I checked, there are just 2 MCs here. Where is the mic? Okay, just for your courage. For your courage. Madam, do we have permission? 1 female, okay. That's how they give her form, because just female, you see. Later you say female, no. Okay, go ahead, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zainab Oyebola from Victoriotti Private Secondary School. And my question is directed to Mrs. Khadijah. I would like to ask that, has she ever experienced a one-on-one criticism to her as, being a female aspirant, and also her age, considering that it is so normalized that older people are involved in this politics thing, so it is not really regular for a woman, let me say a woman, to be in that kind of field. And how did she deal with the criticism? And I would like some advice, because I also want to study computer science, and it has kind of been seen as like a male course, or like perceived to be for the male gender. And people, when I tell people that I want to study computer science, they feel like, they always ask me why, or like, why computer science of all courses that most people study, why not medicine, or why not any other course as a female?
Zainab, right? Yes. Okay. Zainab, hello, how are you? You remind me of myself, the younger me. Well, criticisms, I would say yes and no. Yes and no. What happened? What did I miss? What did I miss? Yes and no. The yes, because there were people who said, starting from my family, so you don't even have to go far. But with everything, you have to push on. You have to have, self-confidence, as they say, and you have to have you have to have that vision. Your vision must be clear. Like I said, mind, body, spirit must agree. So, but when it came to those people, you don't fight when people criticize for that. You try and do it so well that you carry them along the way. So don't ever think, oh, they're your enemies. No, they might wish the best for you. They might not want you to go into, they feel, oh, there's trouble there, don't go there. But you ultimately decide. That's number one. Number two, why I said no is that many people believe that, oh, a widespread criticism. No, I got the most, support from women. So that idea or that notion that women don't support women is a lie. I got the most support from women, and if you see the men that supported me, I have a mentor here, Mr. Candy Johnson. They supported me without no holds barred. They just believe that, okay, she's walking her talk, and we will support. Let's see where she goes. Wherever she stops, another young woman like Zainab would carry on, or a young man will carry on from there. So the point was, the reason why I came out was to break that jinx of you thinking it's only older people that must run.
Thank you very much, Zainab. I hope that answers your question. So who are you listening to? Who are the people in your circle, right? Yes, we want to take pictures. We want to invite, once again, the amazing, delectable Ambassador Dr. Onyime Ivy King to come help us present awards to our phenomenal speaker. Thank you very much. That was amazing. Thank you for inspiring us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samson Odegbami. Pastor Samson Odegbami. Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause for him once again.
Powerful. Did I do okay? Yeah. Okay.
Do this. Let's move.
All right. Did you enjoy her session? Please, let's give her another powerful round of applause. I will say, I walked into a supermarket somewhere in Lekki with two of my daughters, and I saw her. She approached me. And a lot of people carry a lot of airs. they feel so important and all of that. But she doesn't have any of those airs around her. And she just walked up to me, and that's how we connected. And today, see the result of that connection. Let's give her another round of applause. Thank you very much. And on behalf of the Ubong King Foundation, I want to present this award to you for your impactful support during Thinkation 2025 Rock City edition. Thank you very much. God bless you. And also, we have this for you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.